Yo, what is good, y'all? It's your boy, Bwithdashifts, and oh my gosh, I keep messing up the intro. I'm gonna get it next video, y'all. I promise you. I've been trying to get it down the past few videos. Today we're reacting to the Luka Doncic trade scandal. Just took a dark turn. Go follow Hoop Reports. It's dropped 7 hours ago. Already 200k views. This is impressive. Go subscribe to him and let's get
There
into
are
it.
only a few moments in NBA history so shocking that fans remember exactly where they were when they heard the news. February 1st was one of those moments.
The Lakers just got Luka Doncic.
No, they didn't.
The league was shaken to its core when Luka Doncic was traded to the Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis. The backlash was instant. Fans were stunned. Analysts were left scrambling for answers. And even Mavericks legend Dirk Nowitzki was caught completely off guard by this trade.
Yeah, just really couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it.
This trade defied all logic. I mean, Luka was fresh off a historic season, putting up numbers that even surpassed LeBron James's best MVP years.
LeBron's best? Luka had last year.
In
damn.
2 decades of following the NBA, I've never seen a trade this outrageous, this controversial, or this downright scandalous. And let's be real, neither has anyone else.
Is this fake?
It's fake.
Yeah, I'm asleep.
There's zero chance. And everyone's freaking out about it.
But honestly, how funny would that be?
After the initial chaos, the dust settled. It was official, Luka Doncic was a Laker. And that was the end of the story, or so we thought.
By the way, the smear
There's more to
campaign
the story?
continues with Luka Doncic.
I'm sorry, I don't know who this guy is.
For some reason, even after the trade, the Dallas Mavericks refused to just move on and focus on their future.
This man is so ugly. Like, look at him. Oh my gosh, he looks like Sean Marion, an off-brand version.
Instead, they launched a smear campaign against Luka, calling him out of shape, questioning his work ethic, and attacking his character.
They talked about he was in love with the hookah, calling him Hookah Doncic, and they were predicting his basketball demise.
Why are the Mavericks turning on their former superstar? Why are the Mavericks making an already disastrous situation even worse? And could this feud get even uglier? Well, in today's video, we're breaking down the full aftermath.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised Nico Harrison stayed able to step outside in Dallas. Imagine if that was like Atlanta or Chicago or Memphis somewhere. Yeah, he would not be able to step outside of his house for months.
Of the Luka Doncic
Maybe
trade
years.
scandal and how it just took a dark turn.
The bottom line is Mavs brass said Luka put the slow in Slovenia and the Slav in Slavic. He was just a fat piece of whiteness. Let's be honest here, folks.
Dang.
You're 270 pounds.
You want to hear something hilarious? Ben Simmons is the poster boy for turning DNPs
Bro, what is he wearing? Take that off. Go play some basketball. That's your job.
into a lifestyle. Zion Williamson is the definition of an unstoppable force until it's dinner time. And Paul George is the
I was Zion. I'm not taking that. What did he say? I know I'm hearing this right.
definition of an unstoppable force until it's dinner time.
Until it's dinner time? Oh my gosh. Zion, that's crash out worthy. He just said you're an unstoppable force until dinner time. That's the most sneak diss of a fat joke I've ever seen. Oh my gosh.
And Paul George is the podcaster who convinced the 76ers to pay him $200 million for guest appearances on the court.
Paul George is an embarrassment to the sport of basketball, and I genuinely mean that.
There are plenty of players NBA teams could have publicly humiliated for their attitude, their effort, or their impact on winning. And honestly, fans wouldn't have even cared, because in most cases, they'd be right. But instead, the player they chose to drag through the mud, the one they called fat, the one they accused of bad work ethic, was the same guy who just averaged 34, 9, and 9, led his team to the NBA Finals, and gave everything to that franchise.
Clock at 4. Doncic. The step back 3. You bet!
Crazy.
A stat line like that isn't just elite, it's historic. It's the NBA version of Connor McDavid torching defenses, Patrick Mahomes carving up the secondary, or Shohei Ohtani dominating as both an ace pitcher and a power hitter. Yet, instead of celebrating Luka's greatness, the Mavericks sent him packing, then dragged his name through the mud. I mean, the new Mavericks owner, Patrick Dumont, publicly questioned Luka's work ethic, basically saying he doesn't work hard enough to deserve a spot on the team.
But what I had a hard time with...
He's a top 5 player in the world. How delusional are you?
It was him trying to kick Luka on the way out, disrespecting him every step of the way.
But the smear campaign wasn't over yet.
Look at this idiot.
In a recent article from The Athletic, sources within the Mavericks organization, likely Patrick Dumont and Nico Harrison, allegedly called Luka lazy, ripped into his weight issues, and even took shots at his social habits, like beer and hookah. And if that wasn't enough, they flat out predicted his downfall within the next 5 years, word for word.
You're the owner of the team and you're preying on your own superstar's downfall? That's insane.
They came out and they just, basically just said, hey, look, this guy here is an alcoholic.
Instead of showing gratitude for making the Mavericks relevant over the past half-decade, logging more minutes than anyone in the league last season, and leading them to the 2024 NBA Finals, they dropped this hit piece? This isn't just low, it's a full-on disgrace. And people across the league, including NBA media, are calling them out for it. Rachel Nichols recently took to X and summed it up perfectly. I don't get why the Mavs are sharing this stuff. All this talk is going to make Dallas look even worse. Say less. And when Markieff Morris was asked about Luka's conditioning, he had this to say.
I hear stuff about him not being in shape, but if you can go in an NBA game and get 30, 15, and 10 like it's nothing, then I don't really know what shape is. I don't.
He was just never 270 pounds.
Another shameless smear campaign the Mavericks pulled off against Luka was when they got a reporter to go on ESPN and claim that his weight had ballooned to 270 pounds.
At this point in time, he is rumored to be the 7th heaviest NBA player in the league.
As a diehard NBA fan who tracks every random stat imaginable, the moment I heard 270 pounds, I thought, wait, seriously? So let's put that number into perspective. This is a list of the heaviest NBA players according to 2K. Now, 2K isn't gospel, but it's usually right in the ballpark, so let's roll with it. At the top, you've got Zach Edey at 305 pounds, Jusuf Nurkic at 290, and right behind them at number 3, Nikola Jokic, listed at 284. So, we're supposed to believe 6'7" Luka is only 14 pounds lighter than a 7-foot Jokic? Yeah, okay. Come on. If they're gonna make something up, at least make it somewhat believable.
When I looked at this press conference, he didn't look 270
they're just trying to make
me.
any
I
excuse.
know what 270 looked like. 270 looked like that right there. It don't look like that.
Yeah, no one was buying that 270-pound nonsense. I mean, the moment he landed in LA, he looked like his usual 230, 240-pound frame, nothing close to 270. Even the Lakers' official website has him listed at 230. And even
the Mavericks are a joke of a franchise. Fire the owner already. Or sell the team.
Anthony Edwards didn't hold back, calling it out right away.
He didn't look 270 to me.
And the fans? Yeah, they weren't buying it either. If he is 270, Zion was 575 last offseason.
Okay.
If that's fat, then I don't know what to call real fat people. 270 my ass, Nico. what a clown.
Oh my gosh. Straight shot toward Nico Harrison.
The math never added up, and neither did the story.
This man is not 270. So somebody with the Mavs is lying.
Have you ever seen a photo where someone was edited out and thought, wow, that's pretty cringe? Well, that's exactly what the Mavericks just did.
There is highlights from when Luka Doncic was still on the team. And you guys won't believe this. They censored him.
They recently dropped a hype video, and if you watch closely, you'll notice certain players blacked out with a Dallas Mavericks logo covering them. Yeah, they actually tried to edit out Luka, basically erasing him from the team's history. This is beyond embarrassing. So petty. So cringe. Like, what are you even doing?
There's not other pictures, videos that you could get? You have to censor him out?
The Mavericks did try to explain this away, possibly by paying a former employee to claim it was just standard procedure. But here's the thing. Maxi Kleber, another former player, was also in the video. So if this was really standard procedure, why was Maxi still there? The inconsistencies only made fans more frustrated.
Bro, we don't know what else is going on behind the scenes. We're still waiting for more stuff to unfold. I guess there was beef between Luka and the front office or somewhere. The front office just hated Luka for some reason.
And when they caught wind of this,
What do y'all
their
think?
reaction was clear. Disgusting gesture for the man who led you to the finals. God, I hate how much I hate the team I used to love. Absolute joke of an organization Nico and the Adelsons have turned this into. Every day, I find myself more and more embarrassed that I supported this franchise for 25 plus years. The Mavericks didn't just edit Luka out. They edited out their own dignity and whatever credibility they had left.
But look at these two clowns. Clown 1, Clown 2. Go to Chuck E. Cheese and entertain some kids if you want. Not like that, but I don't know. The Mavericks should have done.
Here's what I don't get about this whole scandal. If the Mavericks were truly concerned about Luka's weight, his so-called laziness, or his work ethic, why didn't they just sit down and have an honest heart-to-heart conversation with him? Nico didn't have to do it. Patrick Dumont didn't have to do it. But did they forget they still have Mavericks legend Dirk Nowitzki on staff as a part-time advisor? They easily could have had Dirk sit down with Luka, lay it all out, and tell him straight up, look, a max contract isn't coming unless you make some changes.
Dang.
This could have been handled quietly,
well, that still would have been more
professionally in the
professional
offseason,
than whatever
but
they did.
they didn't. Instead, Luka was completely blindsided. And even after trading him, why are they still going out of their way to slander his name? The NBA claims to care about its players, its communities, its values. So why is a team actively smearing a superstar who has done nothing but give his all to an organization?
Yep.
A player who almost carried them to a championship.
I'm telling you, the front office, the new owner, has something wrong with Luka.
What kind of message does that send? That it's okay to assassinate a man's character just because he's no longer on your team? That once you're gone, your reputation is fair game?
Lakers fans hate Rob Pelinka, but he got the steal of a century. 31-year-old aging player for a 25-year-old entering his prime. Well, shout out to what is this? Shout out to Hoop Reports. He made an amazing video, very interesting. Gonna drop a like. I thought I made it 6K. Go subscribe to him. We might react to some more. Let me know if y'all want.